on the beat.
Swag on the beat.
Hello and welcome back to the Swag on the Beat
Yes.
podcast, episode 12.
Into the podcast we delve.
Oh, that's good. I like that. And this is our very first work from home day
we're
of the
working.
podcast.
If you've got the visual, you see we're working from home today.
Yeah. Well, Mike's home, the producer.
yeah.
Mike, thank you so
Work-
much for having us.
Working
sir.
from Mike's home.
Yeah.
Our boss gave us a daily quota.
day
of-
off, yeah.
Yeah, working from home days.
Yeah,
Because we're
yeah.
in the office 5 days a week
flexi
usually.
work.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah,
for it's a mental health day from home.
And boy, do
Mike's
we feel
home.
healthy and a bit mental.
Because that's how that works.
Look, before we get started, as you now know, is we have to do our cat breed guess
Yes,
at the
I'm
start
well
of every
aware.
show. So we have Tristan on the line. Tristan, how are you?
Good yourself?
Very good. We're very well. Here's that cat sound one more time. Tristan, you know how the game works. What is that cat breed?
Oh, I want to say it's a Bengal.
Oh, unfortunately, it is
Great
not.
guess, but no.
No. Thanks, Tristan. Okay. we have a massive show to get through.
It's
And
huge.
I hope
It's
Tristan's
a-
still listening despite our abrupt call, but that's that works. Now, I want to do a very quick callback to we've got that our segment Comments Hall of Fame.
Yes, we do.
And I just wanted a quick little from our latest video, a little bit of an update.
It usually would be on the wall behind
It usually
you.
would be on the wall, but because we're from home, it's on the not wall behind
Yeah,
me.
it's on the wall from work.
I just wanted a quick little, we're not going to even play the open. It's just like little dalliance into the world of Comments Hall of Fame. You actually took out you won the prize this week.
Got the chocolates.
Yeah,
this
you got the
week, yep.
chocolate with your comment was crossing road
Yep.
without running across. Me
Without
and the
breaking
rest of the
stride.
group kind of ran across because we were a bit scared, and you didn't break stride, and Limp Bizkit started playing around you, as we found out. So you said road crossed, balls massive.
It kind of takes the zing out of it when you say the punctuation.
Or just,
Capital R for road, semicolon,
yeah. Or
crossed, comma.
Despite being Oxford Dictionary correct, it got 13,500 likes, which is pretty good.
Maybe people appreciated the correct punctuation.
Maybe they did. Maybe a lot of Oxford graduates were watching. Who knows? Because we do highbrow stuff.
Well, there's a lot of roads around Oxford, I've heard, so
Oh,
people must
okay.
be crossing them all the
All
time.
roads lead to Oxford. From yes, something like that. But some honourable mentions I wanted to put in there.
Okay.
Lucien Pont says he is the traffic. So
Okay, that's
that
good.
was good. That had
Nice.
4,500 likes.
Okay.
Someone else said I saw a little bit of wee come out, so not that tough.
That's you only got about 18 likes.
No, 65 likes. Anything
That's
above
not even an honourable mention.
Anything above 64 is
That's a selfish mention right there.
And I don't know if you know one of the biggest bands of the world ever, the Beatles.
Yeah, I think I've heard of him.
Paul McCartney and the Wings commented.
Okay.
Yeah, Paul McCartney and the Wings.
Okay. At gmail.com.
yeah. He's the leader now, 48 likes. But that's
Wow.
good that Paul McCartney
That's good that
is
he's aware of it.
Yeah. And the Wings. Don't forget, like the whole band would have.
That's
been
like
a
when
part
you
of the
get
comment.
that's what like when you get an email from Facebook.meta at gmail.com.
You have
the
just
official
one,
Facebook.
This is Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
Coming
You've
at you
won
from,
verification. Just give me your credit card details.
Yeah,
and
for $4,000
blue
a month
tick.
we will pay.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, that's good, Paul McCartney. Thank you.
yeah, Paul McCartney. Yeah. So he's got songs such as
Yeah, exactly.
and all those great songs. No,
Yeah.
actually, absolute legend. Thank you so much. But I wanted to take the top of the show today to talk about something that happened over the weekend. Pretty embarrassing.
Okay.
But I'll say it quietly here now, just between us.
Okay.
Viewers
So,
and listeners,
yeah.
this goes no further.
Okay. Oh, they can listen. They can
They can
enjoy.
listen.
Okay.
But goes no
We
further.
could tell them to take the headphones off just for this if you want to keep it private, and then they can put them back on.
Oh,
Or you're happy
look,
to
I
keep
trust
them?
anyone who thinks they might break the code of conduct and tell other people, take your headphones off now. 3, 2, 1. Thanks for everyone
Oh,
for
man,
staying.
glad they're gone.
Let the story ensue now. Now, because I am living a lie. I lied to the people close to me, but
Okay.
I trust everyone here to
Yeah.
keep a secret. Okay.
Okay.
So I was down the coast over the weekend,
Mm-hmm.
and the house was relatively busy, and it's a smaller house. So I decided to get up quite early to go for a swim, like a dawn swim, because it's like live, laugh, love,
Wow,
ruffle,
okay.
LeMay or YOLO, whatever
Yeah.
that crap is.
So instantly you think you're better than me. Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's what I said. And what?
To be fair, that is. I wish I could do that.
But it's nice. It's nice.
Yeah.
All the cobwebs are out.
great way to start the day.
You're starting the day
or
nicely.
I would imagine.
Yeah. Well, we've been through this. We've got the Greek timelines.
Yeah,
and stuff
exactly.
don't line
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
But if we ever go to Greece,
Mediterranean
we
swims.
will do some
at midday.
midday Mediterranean swims. So my bathers were in the central hallway.
Okay.
So I was getting changed out there because my partner was in the room, so I wanted to get away from her so I didn't make noise, right?
Oh, so she doesn't see you naked. Yeah.
Well, that'd be so embarrassing. Can you believe that? Anyway, I walk. That is something I actually do a little bit. Whenever this is a bit much, but when I take my undies off and I'm in the room, I'll go, oh. And I'll put my hand over my twig, but then I'll put my other hand over the twig, so it's like that.
So it's a branch.
So it's getting to blow. Anyway, it's a problem, but thanks for everyone being
funny each time for you
great.
more so than her. I'm sure.
I feel like I'm gonna be so open now that I know no one's gonna pass this information on. But anyway, so I walk out into the hallway, and there's probably 3 abutting doors to other rooms which are filled, and it's probably 6 a.m. or something, right? And I'm I put my button board shorts on.
Mm-hmm. And standard procedure.
Lost my mind. Put them on and I go, oh yeah, I'm a bit sore in the groin. So I can feel the niggle there. And I'm like, sort of like, you don't lean forward. You sort of try and stretch it. I go, oh, gee, the muscle's kind of contracting around closer to the groin, like the pelvic floor, right? Getting closer. I'm like, gee, that's moving a bit. And I'm like, oh no, that's moving too much. What's going on? And I open my boardies and there's a moth in there. Oh, it was crawling like towards my pubis.
Inside not in the pocket, inside.
Inside where the gazunti is.
Where the forest is.
Yeah, well, speak for yourself. Anyway, so I'm when you want to be I'm tiptoeing around and now I'm like, oh, I thought I had a sore groin. Now I've got a moth in my pants, and you go, just your hands go down into your pants, and you kind of and you get it out. But in the process, I was trying so hard not to yell because I start speaking other languages that I don't know I can speak when I get scared like
this
that.
This is Krakow Diesel as well.
Yeah,
so
Krakow Diesel.
Yeah.
It would have woken everyone up, but hang on, wait. So I'm sort of jumping around, and I was next to a low couch, and that clipped the bottom of my shins, and I actually fell onto the couch, half onto the floorboards, and made like a pretty big sound, like a big whack sound.
Yeah.
Anyway, the moth comes out. I sort of, and run off to the beach and have a swim, whatever. Hours later, probably 9:30, everyone's sort of sitting around the table having breakfast, having their eggs or whatever. And someone goes, did anyone hear that big bang at like dawn or whatever? And I was like, no. I think I must have been trying to help you with something you asked me to do yesterday or whatever. But
I was already I was submerged by the time said bang is supposed to have happened.
But just let it be known that people, if you have a good night's sleep, just know that there was someone probably suffering with a moth in their pants trying to stay quiet. Okay?
And also, if you're that moth and you're listening, he's coming for you and he's going to get you.
Oh, it was just like, what unperturbed moth?
Well, yeah, I guess you can't go for the whack in that situation as well because you might accidentally whack the crown jewels in the process.
Yeah.
So you just got to go for the scoop out.
And my impression of moths was they always went for the light, and he's going to a very dark place if he keeps crawling around, So anyway, just to finish up, it reminded me of remember when there was that moth meme epidemic? Probably like 10 years ago. So I looked up moth memes.
Yeah.
Aladdin. What's the main character of Aladdin? Is he called Aladdin?
What's that ogre in Shrek called? Jack, I did a bit of DIY action in the backyard on the weekend.
Yes, we did speak about this yesterday.
Made a bit of a picnic table. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been looking for one on Marketplace for a while, and I thought, why not just build one myself?
What do they go for on Marketplace?
Well, with the size and the materials that I use, they're probably about $600.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I used, they say on the ad, $250 picnic table, and they use a photo of one of the good big ones, and then you click into it, and it's like, oh, this is a 80 centimeter long one, and then the price goes up, incrementally from there.
That's expensive.
Yeah, but it cost me about $250 in materials, and I mean the joy of building it is priceless.
Yes. You did say it was an enjoyable thing.
It was enjoyable, and I mean it felt. I mean, there's no point buying a picnic table built by another man's hands when you've got your own man's hands with which to make it.
Yeah, right.
So it was a very enjoyable experience, but. So it was a beautiful day. I built it on the weekend. The sun was out all weekend.
Yeah.
The sun was out and the shirt was off.
Okay.
And I forgot how limited you are.
Sounds like a calendar.
I forgot how limited you are in your ability to sunscreen your own back. Because I was home by myself and I got absolutely toasted.
Oh,
by
really?
the sun.
Can we see?
I'll show-
Yeah.
You can see exactly. I mean, it's probably
You look
couple
okay
days
on the
old
face
now.
and stuff.
Yeah, well, I was facing down.
Okay.
Like soaring
right. Okay.
and whatever
Okay.
and screwing, and then my back was just straight into the
geez.
sun.
Oh, yep. Wow. Okay. Yeah, it's like top.
I can show you the
half.
photo of when it was fresh, but you can see where I
Yeah.
see where
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
reach
Oh, you've gone like this
with my
yeah.
own hands.
Yeah.
I thought I had because on the high part of the back where you can't twist your hand to get the palm with sunscreen. I put sunscreen on the back of my hand and I was doing these ones. But I must have just been pushing sweat around or something instead of sunscreen because clearly I didn't reach the middle point.
Was it one of those ones where you don't notice it until you get in the shower that night and you're like, whoa.
Yeah, well,
And it burns your skin.
yeah, more or less. I got inside. I noticed it all but too late. I know
Okay.
because I was
Okay.
it was just nice being out in the sun, and
Sure,
I was
sure.
under the impression that I had got it all, and I went inside and sort of assessed the damage, and I was like, oh, there's a lot of damage there. Other than that, I mean, it was worth it, honestly, because it was I was pretty happy with the final product, just quietly, but. What I was all set up.
You mean the tan or the table?
The sunburn, yeah.
Okay, because you are quite olive skinned usually.
I know, but for whatever reason, when you have your back to the sun all day with no sunscreen on, it doesn't matter what color your skin is, you're getting burned.
Well.
As I found out. But so I had everything set up in the backyard, as you and probably some people know if you've seen our videos. I got a big backyard. It's perfect for building stuff, and I had the Tradio out, the Makita FM radio.
Right,
I thought
really
I'd just go all out and
yeah.
turn it into a work site.
Yeah. Is that yours?
And-
You borrow it from Dad?
No, I borrowed it from Dad. Oh, I borrowed my housemate Dylan's one, but I think I'm going to get my own one after.
He builds his own stuff, that guy.
Yeah, for a living. Yeah. But so I had the radio out, had the whole work site going, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to fully get into this work site vibe and chuck Triple M on.
No way. You listen to Triple M?
Yeah, because as you know, I'm staunchstaunchly a community radio
man,
guy.
I put PBS Triple R.
Oh, every other day, yeah.
Okay,
Support local.
Yep,
absolutely. But I thought I was being on the work site. It took me back to being on site with Dad. You know, when I would go help him out growing up, and it was just like, man, I feel like.
But even he's community radio.
He's kind of he's Brad, who he works with, is community radio, so that's
Brad.
frequent. But Dad goes for the digital pub rock radio, which is pretty much Triple M without the ads with extra songs. It's not just the same 8 songs going through or whatever. But I thought, and I'll get into the spirit of like working on site in Australia and chuck Triple M on. And so for those who don't know, it's a national station and it's kind of like the tradie station. It just plays pub rock, so Akadaka, Midnight
and
Oil.
former footballers yelling at each other.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Kind
just
of thing. With all like they're great. They're great. But they do yell.
They do yell. So, I mean, funny you should say that because probably the most recognizable part about Triple M is the yelling voice and the ads that you hear in between the songs.
Oh, great.
And so
yeah.
It's just, it's tools, toys, cars, just man stuff, flat out, right? And listening to this all day, it makes you think, maybe I do want a jet ski and a Hilux. Maybe I do want some more stuff. Yeah. But they do have a very distinct sound. So after a day about pub rock and ads about man stuff, this is my impression of ads on these kinds of radio stations. Okay.
Oh, you bloody know what bloody time it is? Summertime, mate, and you bloody know what that means? Doing stuff. Yeah, mate, I'm talking fishing, camping, going beach and building stuff. It's a season to get outside and put those hands to good use, mate. That's why here at Stuff for Blokes we got a sale on our brand new DIY floating barbecue smoker chair. You bloody guessed it, mate. It's a floating camp chair with a built-in barbecue smoker, so you can be smoking bloody meats while you're on the lake fishing, you bastard. It's also got a built-in floating 65-inch plasma screen f***ing TV that's attached by a string and floats in front of you, so you can watch the cricket while you're smoking meats. That's what I'm talking about.
I feel like that perfectly encapsulates the energy.
Isaac, it is time for...
Is it still a big world, or have we gone too far? Well, we're gonna test that theory today. Two random people try to find a mutual. Two random people try to find a mutual.
Well,
Is that high
it's
again?
our favourite game. So many requests to play this game.
know.
We had a really interesting one last week or whenever we did it, like a few
Yeah,
episodes ago.
consolidating the rules a bit further.
Yeah,
with
which is great. We're evolving with the players.
Yeah, so it can't be.
Yeah.
It can't just be a famous person that you're both aware of,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the footy
correct.
player we had last time.
Yeah.
The mutual person has to know both of these people personally.
Personally, yes.
And if we need to seek proof, it is within our rights as
Within
game
our
masters
as
to do
the
that.
adjudicators.
Yep.
As the big world
Yeah.
ACCC equivalent, whatever that is.
A triple big W.
Oh yeah, that's good. Big W. It's a copyright there.
yeah,
But
So yeah, we've got
also we think that probably the most reasonable thing to do is also keep talking. Just keep asking questions. Silence is not
of the lambs.
no. No, we want no lambs.
No lambs. We want,
we want a lot of barring.
Yeah,
a lot of bars.
Yeah, Jack's neighbour's dog's amount of barking. That's how much
Oh
noise
yeah,
we want.
yeah. We've been there, haven't we? Yeah.
Okay, so we've got 2 new players on the line,
New players,
and we're
yeah.
going to
lots of requests here. A lot of
Yep.
international requests, which is very interesting.
imagine that though. Imagine how good that would be.
That would be like
Cross
the
borders.
smallest world ever.
Oh man.
But these guys were randomly picked.
Yep.
And we're going to speak to our first competitor now, James. How are you?
I'm quite good, lads. How are you going?
Very
good.
well, thanks, James. We're keen to have you playing Big Well today. Whereabouts are you from, or where have you spent most of your time?
I'm just from Manly, up in Sydney, on the northern beaches.
Ooh, okay.
Have you done much travelling / living throughout the rest of Australia?
Yeah, I lived in Sweden for 10 months on exchange.
Well, that would be an awesome connection.
Wow, okay.
Okay, so Manly and Sweden.
Das ist
okay?
gut.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, thanks, James. We're going to turn you down and then hear from your competitor / teammate.
Conrad, how are you?
Yeah, how are we all?
We're very well. We're
Very
having
well.
a great time. Just before we get into it and we let you unleash the hounds on your competitor, just tell us a bit about yourself, where you're from, where you spent most of your time.
So I'm born and bred in Perth, in Fremantle, and I was actually living in Melbourne for a year, and then I've just spent 6 months in overseas, and now I'm back in Perth at the moment. But
Whereabouts
You never know.
overseas were you? Just out of interest.
I was in Europe for 3 months, and then I knocked around America for another 3.
Interesting.
Okay,
Okay, very
interesting.
good to
Very
know.
cool.
Well, we're going to bring back your competitor / teammate now, Conrad, if you're ready to play.
Yep.
Okay, lads, you have 60 seconds to see if you can find a common connection and prove that it is or isn't still a big world. We cannot wait for this. This is the most exciting part of our week. Boys, take it away in 3, 2, 1. Go ahead.
Whereabouts are you from, Conrad? Oh,
I'm from Fremantle, Western Australia. Yourself?
I'm from Manly, Sydney.
Manly, Sydney. Have you spent much time? My brother used to live over there. Have you spent much time in Darlinghurst and that?
A little bit. What uni did you go to?
I'm a tradie. I'm fly FIFO in WA.
Oh, sick. What about you say your brother went to lived in Darlinghurst?
Yeah, he went to USyd, I think, and he used to work at the Clock. If you know that place.
Yeah,
You
I've
know
heard of
Wilson
it.
Bell?
I've heard of it.
Have you heard of Wilson Bell?
I haven't heard of is that a pub or is it?
No, that's my brother's name.
I have not heard of Wilson Bell. I've heard of
Okay.
Wilson the tennis racket and Taco Bell, but I haven't heard of.
No worries, man. Do you know Tom Keddy?
Actually, does he have a sister, Sophie
I
Keddy?
think so. He's
Yeah.
like English. He's got an English accent, but he's a sports.
Yeah. I think
Yeah, I
I'm
know
pretty
him.
sure if that's Tom Keddy, I know
Yeah, Tom
Sophie.
Keddy. My mate's staying with him at the moment.
Time
over there.
up.
Look
Okay.
Whoa.
I think, this is very technical here, guys, so we can't ask you to speak any further. The rules state
Yeah.
that we can ask a couple of confirming questions after the game.
Yeah.
But it sounds like you have found a common connection.
Sorry, just to confirm,
Mhm.
the technicality is I know Tom Keddy's sister, if that makes sense. Like my best mate used to date Tom Keddy's sister.
So are you guys sure that you're talking about the same person? He's got an English accent and a sister
Well-
called Sophie. That's pretty safe if you can
Yeah,
both confirm
yeah.
those details.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty certain that there's only one Keddy sort of English family in Sydney, but
Oh,
That's
okay,
probably
well,
wrong.
let's stick to the evidence we need.
So James, were you saying that your mate dated his sister?
if it's the same Keddy, then yeah, my mate dated.
do you think Tom Keddy would know who you are?
Not in the slightest.
Oh,
But like,
But Conrad,
But-
you think Tom? You know Tom personally. He would know who you are.
Yeah, I know him.
I think they've got it because
I
they
think
both
that-
know
that's-
who
I
it
think
is.
once
and it's not a
removed is a
famous
win.
person unless it's like
Yeah, I
it
guess
is.
the thing is, we said that the mutual person has to know each of them personally. But
Okay,
as
okay.
it is an evolving sport,
Yeah.
What are we? What's the verdict, Jack? What do you think? They played. Can I just say they played very well?
There's that very good competitors.
James and Conrad, very well done. You
have VIPs.
Because we heard from both of you before about that you lived on opposite sides of Australia and hadn't really lived in many of the same places, but you got a common connection very quickly.
You know when Google Maps does that zoom in thing when you type in an address? Yeah. That happened at lightning speed for these guys.
That was
I'm going to pay the win. I think
we're paying the win.
Round of applause.
Okay, James and Conrad, congratulations. Thanks so much for playing. Our inaugural winners.
James and Conrad, if you ever meet, you have this knowledge that when you do have your first conversation, you have common ground.
And if Tom Keddy is listening, call in. It's probably unlikely, but let us know if you know these two guys. Now, thanks so much, guys, for playing. Well done. Congratulations.
Isaac, everyone's been spending a bit more time with their family recently because it's summer. We're coming back into the normal period now, probably, going back to work and stuff. But there's been a whole summer period of more time with your family, more time with your dad, and him trying to use his phone and sending things. So it's always a good time to introduce. I'm getting texts from dad. Yep. Nobody's really sure how to act. Yep. Because they are getting texts from dad. Yep. SMS, Facebook, or even flagged. Yep. Take it to the bridge. Oh, yeah, okay. They put that on Donkey Kong 64. That's probably more of a Mike Trivia thing.
What? Take it to the bridge?
Yeah, Cranky Kong says it in the opening of Donkey Kong 64.
He says take it to the bridge.
Take it to the bridge.
Oh, as they're going.
Take it to the fridge.
Oh, does he?
Parody.
That's the level of trivia with the producer. Good
nice.
Okay, so this one's always fun, but it's a slightly different version. I'm not going to be reading anything out. I'm not going to read a text message out. It's more of an anecdote from a very close friend of ours.
Anecdotes from dad.
Who, it doesn't quite have the same ring. Probably could have done a Guns N' Roses song maybe. November Rain would fit, I think. Anyway, moving on.
What? Okay, yeah, no.
Anyway, like you get it. You get what I'm saying. But I'm not going to say their names just in case, he doesn't want his name getting out there, the dad. If it's like embarrassing for him.
Not your dad.
But maybe I'll tell you afterwards who it is, but that doesn't matter.
Okay.
So this guy, very close friend of ours, a father who is very high achieving, very, made it in the business world, all that kind of stuff. Super smart guy, engineer, blah, 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 all this kind of stuff.
Okay, nice.
And our mate, let's call him Dave.
Okay.
Dave was telling me the story about his dad, how he had this old phone for ages, and it was one of those ones where you'd put the wallet with the credit cards and the phone. So it was like one of those
flips out.
Flips out
nice.
open. So what happened was that phone died, and he got a new phone, and the process of transferring information from the old phone to the new phone didn't really ever happen.
Right.
So this guy sort of had both phones on him, and he would walk around for about a year with both phones in both back pockets because he didn't know how to transfer, because he just didn't have a SIM card in the old phone now,
right.
But it was still working. So what he would do was he'd need to call a colleague or a friend or whatever. He would look up the contact in the old phone, dictate the number to the new phone, and then call that phone and not save the number.
He's got the double hander. And in one hand is that notebook flip phone that's about the size of a briefcase.
Yeah, and think about, if you're over 50, 60, who knows, whatever, you're probably not using the thumb.
Well, you don't have the thumb dexterity on your preferred hand, let alone your non-preferred.
So it's one phone at a time.
Oh,
it's like
my
being
goodness.
double parked, with a drink. Anyway, so this kept happening for about a year, and he'd get a call on his phone. He probably wouldn't pick it up because it just was a random number.
And he'd go look
up the number. So his son would be calling him that we know, and he'd go, it'd always be a missed call because he wouldn't pick up an unknown number. And then he would.
But all the numbers are unknown.
Yeah, exactly. So he'd never pick up his phone. Yeah. And then there was this classic one. So our friend was back home visiting dad or whatever, and the new phone didn't have a case. And he's used to having it in this case. And you can see his dad sitting watching TV on the couch, and he's got the phone on the armchair, and he's sort of just hitting the back of the phone. And Dave walks in and he goes, "Dad, what are you doing?" And he was pressing the Apple icon on the back of the phone, and he's going like, "Oh, what do you mean?" He's like, "Well, has that ever done anything?" Pressing that Apple icon on the back of the phone. He's like, "No, just thought I'd give it a go." Just to see what would happen?
What does he think's going to happen? It's going to transfer all the data over to the new phone.
So good. So I don't know what stage he's at now. Maybe we'll get an update and see what Dad's doing now. But I just thought that was...
At least he's not flipping the new phone, like the glass case of the phone and opening it up to the motherboard.
Taking the screen protector off each time he uses the phone. Isaac, we've been waiting to do this one since last year. It's the first challenges to the smartest twins.
Australia's brainiest twins.
Our dear friends, Oliver and Lucas, have found their first competitor.
Yes.
And competitors.
Yeah.
And we are so keen to try the segment for the first time. We even made a little intro.
We are
gonna
find which
twins are
harder,
better,
faster, smarter. Okay. Only smarter, by the way.
Smarter.
Not harder, better, faster. Or faster.
For anyone that didn't recognize that is Kanye West and Daft Punk.
Faster at answering, better at general knowledge, harder in
the questions being harder because they're smarter.
Nice.
Okay.
So, we've got both twins standing by, and we've got a general knowledge list that we're going to ask them, but we'll bring in the competitors first.
We have Jack and Ben. Boys, how are you?
Good. Going good.
Very nice. Thanks so much for joining. We've got you guys are the Shannons, right? That's your last name?
Yes, correct. That's it.
And we will say a distinct advantage to buzz in because the last name is the buzzer here, Isaac. So it's Anagnostu is Anagnostu, 4 syllables. Shannon, you got Shannon.
Yeah, you got
so it's one. It's one syllable.
Yeah. So that's the distinct advantage. But firstly, we want to hear from you guys, Jack and Ben. Did you guys go to school? Did you go to uni? What sort of? How do you fancy yourself in general knowledge of?
I'm 25 and still at uni. That's how smart I am. And
wow, that's beautiful.
That's
very
I
smart.
like it. Currently studying. That's
currently
good.
studying.
You're in the mindset.
Jack got kicked out of uni for being, as you can guess, too intelligent.
Fantastic.
Very nice. Okay, that's great. So, Jack, are you at all intimidated by the double PhD of your competitors, or are you're not scared by that?
Not when it comes to general knowledge. It's purely who consumed more media as a kid.
No.
I don't care. I do not care about their credentials. I know what Ben and I bring to the table, and I'm very confident.
Wow,
that's a great point.
I love the fire in the belly here, guys.
Awesome. Anagnostus, Oliver and Lucas, are you there?
Yep. What's going on?
And Shannon's, Jack and Ben, are you guys there?
Yep, ready.
Beautiful.
Fantastic. Okay, guys, very briefly, very quickly, we're going to explain the rules and then we're going to get into it. Okay, so there are 10 questions. The twins with the most correct answers at the end are named the smartest and go on to be the reigning champions of smartest twins. If by chance a team end on 5 correct answers each, there is a sudden death question until someone answers correctly. Mm-hmm. If you answer a question incorrectly, the opposing team has a chance to swoop in. The length of time to answer a question is at the discretion of Jack and Isaac.
The game masters.
Your last name is your buzzer. And if it's contentious, Jack and Isaac decide between the two.
Essentially, we're all powerful.
We are God.
Mm-hmm.
Does the Anagnostus, do those rules make sense to you?
Yep.
And Shannon's, does that make sense to you?
Absolutely.
Okay, guys.
Beautiful.
Well, we are poised and ready. Isaac and I have our questions here.
All right. So we're gonna get some thinking music, are we, Mike, or countdown music?
Yeah, in post we will.
Okay. Nice.
Fantastic. Okay.
First question of Australia's Brainiest Twins, round 1. Anagnostus versus Shannon's. All right. Ready on your buzzers, teams. Who is the world's largest retailer? Anagnostus.
Walmart.
Correct. 1-0.
Well done.
Question 2. What is the square root of 625?
Shannon's
48.
No.
Incorrect.
Unlucky. So, Anagnostus, you have a chance. What is the square root of 625?
I'm going to say 25.
Yes,
it is 25. Well done. Unlucky Shannon's. All right. Question 3. What is a word, phrase, number, or other sequence of characters that reads the same backward as forward? Yes, Anagnostus, the answer?
Palindrome.
Palindrome is correct.
Now, I'll just pause for a moment here. Oliver and Lucas, we do require you to say your full name because that has serious consequences on the difficulty of the game, okay?
Yes.
So you have to say Anagnostus. We will no longer accept Anag.
Oh, no. Fine, all right.
Okay, on to the next question. What is the capital city of New Zealand?
Shannon.
Yes, Anagnostus just got in there. What's the answer, Anagnostus?
No, Wellington.
Wellington is correct.
Okay, it's for love.
Okay, Shannon's, come on, we need the comeback. Which is the only body part that is fully grown from birth?
Anagnostus.
All right, Anagnostus. What is it?
The eyes.
Oh, it is correct.
Anagnostus, if you get one more question right, you win. Shannon's, keep that in mind. You need 6 in a row to win.
Anagnostus are on match point. They've got 5 match points.
5 match points, unheard of in tennis, but not unheard of in Smartest Twins.
All right, question 6. What is the rarest and most expensive spice in the world by weight?
Anagnostus.
Yeah, Anagnostus.
And saffron.
Yes.
Anagnostus, saffron, correct. They have it. That is game.
It is game,
King,
set,
we'll have an applause sound effect.
Applause sound effect.
Okay, well, firstly, Shannon's, thank you very much for playing Jack and Ben. You got in early for a couple of questions, but they were hard ones. So thanks so much for playing. How did you guys feel?
I'm still a bit upset. I thought I got the Auckland, the New Zealand question. I thought I was first on that because.
But were you gonna say Auckland?
I was gonna say Wellington. No.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, you can present some evidence to us for a redraw later down the track.
Sorry,
but for now,
we are completely unbiased here.
Yeah, they are a formidable opponent. But thanks for being the first challengers, Shannon's. Jack and Ben, thanks so much for playing.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys.
Till next time. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
See you later.
So much, guys.
That was a clean sweep.
Clean sweep.
That was a domination by Pantera.
We were not worried, but we were interested. Like, these guys were very confident, and you guys, completely took care of business.
Were you confident at the start?
To be clear, we're happy to give them the Wellington one if they want, and we'll take a 5-1. However, it sounds like he thought Auckland was the capital, so I don't know about
Okay.